Hey, this is Brian with Manatee Buggies. We're back working on our new 2019 I40, the purple cart. For those of you that missed it, we did another video on this cart with the Shaky fuel pedal or go pedal. You can see that in our video library. This video is to fix a common problem that we found with these I40 carts. The regular height and the lifted ones. I'm not sure about the 60s yet. We haven't got an earlier one, but it seems like all the 2019s have this issue. The back seat assembly is creaky and it moves a lot. There's a lot of movement of the back seat against the poles. Our other cart, other 19, it was so bad it actually had bent and the back of these seats were actually up against the poles. We had to move it out and then put the brace in here. What seems to be the problem is the cart flexes a lot and you can hear the noise. And the reason for this is our 2020 carts, what it is there's a brace between the seat belt bracket here on the back of the front seat and the brace here, the bracket here on the back seat. You can see how much that moves without this piece in here. If I take you over to one of our other ones, the 2020s, if you look at the 2020, there's a simple bar here connecting the two seat belt brackets and it doesn't move at all. Basically, it triangulates the back seat section along with the mounts and the frame for the roof. So it gives you extra stability. If you stand on the back frame or have people seated here, there's not this tendency for it to want to pitch this direction because that bar is attached to the solid pieces here that go down to the frame. So I'm going to show you how to fix that today on the purple cart. So if you bear with me, I'll be right back to show you what we got. Okay. All right, we're back. So the solution to the problem are two little flat bar brackets. These are aluminum. If you're going to do this repair yourself, I would suggest just go to Lowe's or Home Depot or Ace Hardware and get you some 1/8 inch, 1 inch steel bar stock. Cut it to length. The length is 6 3/4. That's what I use. The holes are 5.5 inch on center and they're 5/16 in diameter. I'll put all that information down in the description so you can get that instead of having to watch the video over and over again or pausing. But basically you just need two of them. These are aluminum. I happen to have an aluminum here. I didn't have any steel, so we're gonna rock with this, and if it bends, I'll just replace it later down the road. But basically the repair is identical, metal or aluminum. And basically all you're gonna do is remove these two bolts and nuts, insert the bracket right here. You may have to widen it. It depends on your cart. These particular ones are a little bit closer. As I stated, the yellow one, the other cart we had, was even closer. It had actually bent the frame forward and we had to actually pull it apart to get these to work. I took the measurements off of the 2020, the one that already has the factory one on it, the factory bar on it. So they are correct for the newer carts. Whether it's the 6-seaters or the new 4-seaters, the newer 4-seaters, they all have the same bars. So I'll bring you back once I'm complete. Okay, so I ran the time lapse. You probably saw me installing it on the time lapse. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it literally took 5 minutes to put it on, maybe 3. The hardest parts, obviously cutting the material, drilling the holes, and getting that done. Like I said, I would probably stick with the metal, steel. These are aluminum. It's 13 millimeter socket and a wrench to get those off. Technically, you should probably put longer screws in there because it barely gets onto the lock washer or the locking part of the nut when you install the bars on them. But when I look at the newer ones with the bars already on it, they're the same as this. There's barely any lock on the bolt. So all in all, it's a pretty simple fix. It tightens all this up a lot. I mean, now the back doesn't even move when you jerk on it. I mean, you can see me, I'm pulling the whole cart and the seat's not even budging. And when you step on here, the whole cart moves now instead of this part rocking back and forth. So basically, again, to recap, you're tying the rear seat structure, which by itself only attaches here and under the seat down, so it's kind of floats by itself. You're attaching this to the main beam structure that goes down to the frame and to the seat back here. So you're kind of triangulating all this together, and it definitely adds structure to the cart. And whenever we did it on the lifted one that's behind the camera lady, world of difference just in how if you're going down a rough road or over some dirt, it's amazing how different the cart feels. It's more solid now. You don't hear all the clanking and banging and creaking behind you that you used to do. So anyway, that's the quick repair tip for this week on the purple Nurple. We've got a few more to do. Like I said, we covered the loose go pedals on the Icons, and I saw this one didn't have the bar today, and I drove it and it was clanking and banging, and I knew what the problem was. So I wanted to put one out on this. If you have an early 19 or before Icon, from what we've bought so far, none of them have this installed. So anything like 2020 and newer, I believe all have it. I haven't seen one yet on lots that didn't. So good, quick, easy upgrade. It'll make the cart feel a lot better. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.